Hey, this is Ronald from Math Skills University.
And per user request, this is a comparative video comparing CapCut to PowerDirector 365 and Wondershare Filmora. I've done quite a few videos comparing DaVinci Resolve to CapCut to Filmora. I'll link that below. Today we're just talking about these three. And the first thing I want to point out is, number one, they're very similar. All three have a start or a home screen that looks similar, which focuses on AI and quote-unquote creative assets. CapCut, of course, is the leader here with over 300 million active users, with the majority of them coming from Russia, 11%, 8% from the US, I think that's going to go down, and then Indonesia is 6%. But PowerDirector or CyberLink bundle packages have over 100 million active monthly users. But all of them are not using the editing software, but I'm sure a lot of them are. And then you have Filmora Wondershare with 20 million active monthly users. They are very similar in how they look and how they function. I'll give an example. I'm over here in PowerDirector 365. This is our starter page, home page, whatever you want to call it. And you see it's similar to CapCut's and Wondershare Filmora's. And I think they're following the leader here, CapCut, but everything's AI based. So if you're thinking about switching between any of these applications, it's going to be 1000% seamless. They function the same way. As you can see, I'm actually editing this video in DaVinci Resolve 21, and I did this editing in the free version. With that said, I want to talk about the similarities. If you look at the top on all of these, you're going to see your file edit tools. But in CapCut, it's here in the drop-down menu. Look at the menu here, stickers, text, audio, transitions, text, subtitles, templates, transitions, effects, stickers, yada yada. That's going to be the same. Over here between CapCut and Filmora, you have your inspector. Once you select a file, you'll get the inspector over here in CapCut and Filmora to the right. But in PowerDirector 365, it's over to the left. Once you're inside the file, you'll see a lot of commonalities. For example, if I want to do a speed ramp, this is how I would speed ramp in CapCut on top here. Over to the left here is PowerDirector 365, and over to the right on the bottom would be Wondershare Filmora. You'll see that a lot of how they do things are the same. Everything's on media now, right? Here's my media pool. There's also a sub menu down here with pretty much quick access to things. Over here to the right, you can move things around and do a few things here. You look at the export buttons, and moved around, but kind of the same here. One of the big comparisons you're going to see is really pay to play. It's subscription based, and in some cases you're going to pay extra for AI and or assets. That's the problem with all three of these programs. Now they're becoming AI slop, and they're messing up the basic editing of the application. They also have what I call asset bloatware. If I go to CapCut, you'll see a lot of purple diamonds all over CapCut. Under effects, transitions, you name it, captions, adjustments. And a lot of this again is AI driven. Half the program and the other half are these creative assets. Then I'll jump over to for more. You jump over to transitions, but then you're going to start seeing these hearts pop up everywhere. All the good stuff, you're going to see hearts, 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 filters, hearts, hearts, stickers, hearts, hearts. And then, of course, you have a lot of AI, and this program works just like CapCut. And if I jump over here to PowerDirector 365, they're heavily AI based as well, because they have a whole thing for that. 5, it's the same thing. You're going to see these crowns, and they're everywhere, and they operate on this model. But that's how these programs work. They compete with each other. Okay, I want to show you one last thing. I did a quick gone fishing video with DaVinci Resolve 21. I'm going to show you that video, and then I redid the same video in all three of these editors, and I'll show you the process sped up, but I'm going to show you their videos. And what I did here was bring in some of my original music. With the videos besides the bottom one and the guy fishing, I changed all of the compositing or blending to screen mode, and I brought in just basic dissolves. And this is what that video looks like. Now I'm going to show you the process of me doing this in all three editors, starting with CapCut, but I'm going to speed that up and then just show you the result, the video. I'm not seeing this bottom video for some reason, and it makes no sense whatsoever. However, if I turn that video off, turn the vision off on that video, and now I play it, I see all the videos. Here's how it would look if I overlaid them all at 50% opacity. Regarding pricing, we can start with CapCut. It's 20 bucks a month or 180 per year if you're on desktop in the US. And on the phone, it varies based on your country, which I think is crazy. They're also pushing this 200 million creative assets thing. But yeah, at 180 a year with their new privacy policy and their copyright thing they got going on, I see them losing a lot of subscribers. PowerDirector Pro operates in between CapCut and Filmora in that they are AI based and they also depend on their AI credits. But if you notice, even with the more expensive plan at 93 bucks or 140 a month, if you look down, you get 200 AI credits and that's it every month. So if you run out, you have to buy more credits. With the cheaper plan, this is basic editing. You have to buy the Director Suite because otherwise you can't edit audio or do any kind of color correction or color grading. Now let's move on to Wondershare Filmora pricing. As you can see, Filmora has 3 different levels of pricing. I have a lifetime perpetual subscription to Filmora, but this is how they do their pricing. As you can see, they're AI based as well. but they depend on their creative assets just like CapCut does. So you have AI credits and then you have creative asset credits. There's one thing they have in common: you have to be online to use them. You have to be online to use their assets, their AI, and to even export. With that said, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas, please leave them below. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Peace.